done? You watched a video about it? I can't believe you watched a video on how to fuck the girl. ASMR. We're watching videos on fucking girls. Psst, psst, psst. All right, so I'm basically just gonna kind of talk a little bit about this day game interaction that I just had with this hot 19-year-old and just kind of spout off at the mouth about game. So basically, I just went and I did some day game, and I went and got a coffee. Is my coffee right here? I need a little sip. So I went and I got a coffee, and I did some day game. And I had this thought because I had this great interaction with this 19-year-old chick, and she was hot, dude. Hot little 19-year-old. And I had this thought afterwards where I was like, all right, so what I just did, I walked by her and I used the coffee opener. I just said, I hadn't gotten my coffee yet. And I said, hey, excuse me, do you know if there's a Starbucks over here? And when I went on the walk, I left my phone, back here so that way I could take a little phone break. I've talked in the videos about taking phone breaks. And so I get to talking to this girl. And, she tells me, oh, yeah, there's this little chocolate shop over here. They sell coffee also. And, she's telling me she's on her lunch break. And we sit down. And we start talking. I'm like, here, let's have a seat. And this chick is just hot little 19-year-old wearing these short little jean shorts and wearing a little tank top and just looking good, dude. Just looking 19, just young and fertile. And we get to talking, and we're honestly just sitting there falling in love, really getting to know each other. She's talking about how she's only going to be here for the summer. She's got to go back to college soon. And, we talk about how we have to hang out. And she's all about it. She's so about it. Then it turns out that she knows one of my friends, and so now we have this common connection as well. And I left that interaction, and it was just so solid. It was so powerful. And I thought to myself, I was like, for me, it's just another girl that I'm talking to. It's just another girl on the street and just another day game interaction. But I thought about it and I was like, you know what, man? For most people, for most men in this world, what just happened, it's like a highlight of their life. It's like one of the greatest feats that they've ever accomplished is to actually just go up, spark up conversation with a beautiful girl and have it actually go somewhere. And it went somewhere, and I think it's going somewhere even further. And we get lost in the pickup community. You watch my videos, we watch, other coaches' videos, and we read forums, we're in the groups, and we talk, and we work on our sets, and we work on our escalation and our pull game, and, all these things, and we get lost in the pickup community, and we forget the beauty of what's actually happening here. And what's actually happening is we're developing genuine, deep, romantic connections with women. And we all have different goals. And, I'm not going to marry that chick. I guess I should say, you should never say never. Who knows? Could go somewhere real deep. I might marry her tomorrow for all I know, dude. I'm feeling spontaneous. But, men go their whole lives without ever just talking to a stranger, talking to a chick. And there's critics of pickup. It's manipulative, it's evil, it doesn't work, it's all a scam. Just pick your critique. Pick your critique that people have about the pickup community, or about pickup in general, rather. And I just look at these events, and yeah, sure, again, like I said, it was one of many approaches for me. I mean, this particular day game session, I only did a few. It was no big deal, but just, in the grand scheme, it's one of many. But at the same time, it's like I look at what just happened, and this girl's texting me right now. I don't know if you guys even noticed my slight little pause right there as I looked at my phone, but we're having a little conversation right now. And she initiated after our first conversation. She hit me up and was like, how's the coffee? And I sent her a photo of it. And I look at what just happened with this girl, and I look at those critiques and I think to myself, did I manipulate her? Did I do something evil to this girl? Am I gonna do something evil? If it goes as far as I want it to go, if I now say, hey, we're gonna hang out, we made a specific plan in the date, which is something I always teach to do. And we made a specific plan, and if I follow through with that plan and I get her to come out and eat with me, right? It's like if she decides she wants to come eat with me, and then it goes where I want it to go, which is then we would go back to my place and end up having sex, just having a great physical, sexual connection with one another. Who's getting harmed? Where's the harm? Because I don't see it. So where's the manipulation? Is the manipulation the fact that I'm doing this with other women also? Is that the manipulation? Because I just don't see it. Now there's dark levels to the pickup community. There's dark coaches out there. There's people that teach, I guess, more manipulative tactics, I suppose. But overall, I just don't think anybody's really getting hurt. I guess there's guys out there that have been accused of like getting girls wasted or something. Alcohol is not part of my dates. I don't drink alcohol. I haven't drank in 3.5 years. Going on 4. Thanksgiving will be 4 years. So I guess it's like 3 years and like 9 months or something. Wow. I haven't verbalized that in a while. But alcohol is not part of my dates. I've had girls where they're like, do you mind if I drink? And I'm like, yeah, go ahead, whatever. The girl will have a couple drinks. And so then let's look at the other critique of it doesn't work. Pickup's a scam. Aaron's scamming us all. Making money off of our insecurities. And fucking just making money and taking our money and shit. How many fucking millions of views are on my channel at this point? Like 4 million, 5 million views or something. And I don't know how many people have actually paid me money. It's less than 2,000, I'm sure. I don't know. The way I see it is a lot of people can decide, hey, I don't want to spend money on this, and then they don't have to. And I put the videos out, and you don't have to spend money. This is all free. You didn't pay money for this video. And if you want more awesome content or you want in-person coaching, then you spend money on it. And as far as pickup not working, I don't know. It just seems to me that when I'm inside of a woman who I met through pickup, through going out and talking to chicks, and then I'm having sex with her, it seems to me as though it's working. Or when a student hits me up and tells me that they have a girlfriend that they met from day game after our day game boot camp, it kind of seems to me like it works. Or when I'm watching one of my students pulling a girl home in the middle of the daytime and having sex with her, or at nighttime and having sex with her, it seems like it works. Or when I have a student in Miami who meets a chick on boot camp, ends up going to her place that night, or her going to his place rather, and they not only have sex, but have an intense romantic connection to the point where he now cancels his flight and books it for 2 to 3 days later because she's staying for 2 to 3 days. And then they just spend so much amazing, beautiful time together for the next 3 days. Kind of seems to me like it works. When I'm around wings who are either dating girls or sleeping with chicks, it looks to me as though it works. And these are all just thoughts that I have. And, I, again, walked away from this interaction thinking about mostly the idea of getting lost in pickup, getting lost in this community of guys where we're all talking and we're all making videos and we're all like doing this often together, that we kind of lose sight of the you can eat the uniqueness of it all and the uniqueness of what it all really is and the wonder of it. You can be a guy who, you've gone out for the last month and you're struggling to get it all together. You're trying to develop this attractive character. You're trying to develop yourself to become an attractive man. And you look at like, oh man, the other night I made out with this girl, but like I didn't get the poll, or I got a few phone numbers, and I only got one date out of those 3 day game sessions. I only got one date and stuff like that. And it's like, but look at what you're doing. You're going up and you're grabbing your balls and you're like, hey, I'm going to be a man that takes action on his desires. And I just think that that's pretty incredible. And you can watch videos of other guys. You watch videos of me and think like, man, my interactions, they're not that good or whatever. But like, just find confidence and find peace in the fact that you're doing some shit, man. We're all out here just doing some shit. And again, I just don't think anybody's really getting hurt. As long as you're not, I don't know, if a girl says to you, I'm only going to have sex with you if you're going to be my boyfriend, and you know that you wouldn't do that, then like don't lie and say like, I'll be your boyfriend. I'll be your boyfriend. If we're not doing that, I just don't really see the harm. And society wants to paint a picture where they want us to think that just sex in general is bad. Just sex is bad. That's what they want it to be. They want you to think that sex is bad. And it's like if a guy meets a girl out at the bar, but he didn't read a book about it or he didn't watch a video about it, and they hook up and they start dating, then that's great. Oh my God, great. But then if it turned out he watched some videos about how to do it and he went out to do it, then it's evil. Then it's pickup. Then it's like, oh, what have you done, you manipulator? You weren't natural at it and you had to learn it? What the fuck's the matter with you? What are you doing? What have you done? You watched a video about it? I can't believe you watched a video on how to fuck the girl. ASMR. We're watching videos on fucking girls. Psst, psst, psst. Look, I've been saying that I'm going to make a video about this for a while, but I just think now is like a pretty good time to talk about it. I had this revelation when Alpha Chad and I were in line at TSA leaving Miami. I had this revelation. I was like, I don't know what I was thinking about that led me to this thought, but I thought to myself, and I said it out loud. I was like, dude, I just realized something. And Alpha Chad was like, what? Tell me. And I was like, I realized that I've been shamed about being a sexual creature. And it's very apparent it's apparent when it's direct. So I've had guys, awesome dude that came to Columbus a few months ago to do boot camp, and he was like, yeah, bro, I grew up in an extremely religious environment where they're directly told, like, sex is wrong, sex before marriage is a sin, you will go to hell. So that's like direct sexual shame. But then like on a more indirect level, I realized that I had been poison dripped, and I didn't notice it. I was unconscious of it. But I realized that like by girls in my life that, either would maybe like know I was out talking to other chicks or sleeping with other chicks, or girls that I was getting a little more serious with, that like I just tell them like, yeah, I'm not really trying to do a monogamous relationship, and they're like giving me shit about that and making me question myself like, man, this is a hot girl and a lot of guys would kill to like date this girl. Am I like, is there something wrong with me, man? Like, I don't know, like what should I do here? So making me question myself, even getting shamed by people who watch Evolution Daily videos, and guys can comment all day long about like, your infield is fucking bad, you suck at game. That's okay, that doesn't affect me. But I had realized that I think that I was being affected more so by the criticisms of teaching pickup in general. So like people saying things like, man, like is getting laid really that important? Or like you have to like work this hard just to get laid? Or man, like you should focus more on like your purpose. This is my purpose, bitch. This is my purpose. This is what I'm here for. I feel like this is the only thing that really matters. It's like, what? What do you want me? I'm already going to the gym. I'm already running a business. I'm on testosterone. I eat well. What else am I supposed to do? Oh, I can't teach pickup and do pickup too? I think men are bitches, dude. I think most guys are fucking pussies. I'm really focused right now on increasing the weight of my deadlifts and getting a promotion at work. And I think that men that are out trying to meet women, I think that your priorities are out of line with your goals. Fuck off. Sex is fun. Have you guys, sometimes I want to ask guys, I want to be like, have you had sex? I think that some of these guys, I think like they've had sex, but they haven't had like good sex. I think what's funny about that? It's true. I think like, okay, this is what I think is happening. I think guys are watching porn and they watch porn and then they're like jacking off to it and they're like, fuck yeah, like that's what I admit. Yeah, it's going to be like that. Like I'm going to fucking, Riley Reid's going to be gagging on my shit. And then like they have sex and it's with like a less attractive girl because they don't truly have standards for themselves. And then it's all just kind of like awkward and sloppy and weird. And then they're like, sex, I just realized, isn't that great. I should want other shit. It's because like you're not even good at sex. Or like you don't even have sex with hot chicks. Like if you're good at sex and you have sex with hot chicks and the hot chick is like either good at sex or at least like down to be, not even at least, like this is great too. Like chicks don't have to be good at sex. They just have to be really submissive and like do whatever you tell them to do. And then like once you're doing that, then you're kind of like, oh, I get it now. Now like I understand it. I remember some guy in my local group, some fucktard loser. He was like shaming the guys in our local group. He was like, everybody in here is a social bum. And like people around my city, they know me. And if I'm seen with one of you and you're burning down sets, that could affect my status. My status could be affected because you guys are bums. And then he was like, last night I had my hot neighbor sending me nudes. But I've realized that sex isn't that important and my sleep is more important. I'm like, you have low testosterone. That's your problem. You have low T levels. Like what? You're going to sit here and preach that sex is not that great and so like you didn't want to go bang your neighbor? Cool, man. Like, I don't get it. Okay. Now don't get me wrong, guys. Look, I've actually done that same thing. I shouldn't actually roast him on that aspect because I've definitely done that too, where I have girls that they're down to come over, but I'm like, no, I actually really need sleep. So I shouldn't even roast that quality of it. But it's more so of this sort of pretentious, like, sex just becomes not that important to you. And it's like, okay, cool. But why are we in the business of shaming each other for our hobbies or our preferences? Dude, shaming somebody for wanting to get laid a lot is the same thing as shaming somebody for being gay. It's the same thing. It's like, accept everybody for who they are. Unless, like, accept everybody for who they are. Like, no matter their race or their sexual orientation or whatever. Unless they're a white male and they want to have sex with women. Then that's not okay. Then there's something wrong with you. You're fucked up. You're part of the patriarchy. And overall, you're going to lead to the demise of society. That's basically what's happening. And so bringing this full circle now, I, again, realized that I'd been being shamed by various sources all across the board. And what was happening was I was less confident. Again, I was not aware of this, but I was less confident with being an overtly sexual man. And I had a little dilemma for a while where I started to not enjoy the game as much. Now, there's things that'll always like reinvigorate that even during that time where I was not enjoying the game as much, that would like reinvigorate it for me. So it's like maybe I'm not enjoying the game as much, but then it's like boot camp weekend and like boot camps are so fucking fun, like hell yeah. Or like I go out and like I pull and I'm like, yes, like awesome. But the way that I can gauge if I'm enjoying the game or not is based on how I feel after a night where I didn't pull. Because of course, anybody could look at it and be like, well, if you go out and to have sex, and then you have sex and like you had a great time, of course. But anybody watching this video that's really like gone hard for a long period of time, you guys understand that if you come home after a night of game and you didn't pull, like you didn't have sex with a chick, and you feel like shit, then you weren't having fun. But if you come home and you didn't pull, you didn't have sex, but like you feel great and you're like, man, that was so much fun. I said that crazy thing and those guys were like trying to fight me and it was just nuts. Then that's awesome. That's how you know you're enjoying the game. So I realized for a little bit there, I was like, I'm not enjoying the game as much right now. I'm coming home after nights where I'm not pulling. I'm not even giving it my all really to pull. And I'm coming home and I'm just kind of feeling like, I feel like I just wasted like 3 hours. Like, what was that? And what it was I had pulled back my savagery. I pulled back my savagery. Because I'm a savage in the field. And when I'm a savage in the field, when I'm like getting really sexual with chicks and saying hilarious shit and doing things just for the pure self-amusement of it, because I think what is self-amusement? Self-amusement is doing things to amuse yourself. It's doing things that you think are fun or funny or trolly. Is trolly a word? Like trolling, right? Things that are amusing you, and doing that in any given moment, regardless of potential judgments or criticisms or whatever. And so for me, the most fun I can be having is when I'm getting really sexual with chicks or saying outlandish shit or like wreaking havoc on a situation. And I realized that I'd gotten so shamed into like not being this overtly sexual savage guy that I was like I was unconsciously going too far in the other direction of, yeah, like I want to be like, I'm more like, I'm trying to be more masculine now and like more high status and cool and like, that fucking like that dude, I've stepped up my fashion and my hair and I'm on TRT and I'm in better shape and like I'm like a high status male. I'm running this business, fucking traveling the world and shit. Like, and I want girls to know like I'm high status. Do you see it? Look at me. I'm high status. Look. Feel it. And they don't care. They don't give a fuck. And they shouldn't. They do down the line. They care. Like, okay, look, they care. But the coolest, most high status motherfuckers are the ones that are like just still being savages. And I pulled back the savagery. It's like those memes. You know what? I love those memes where they're like, I love those memes where they show Bill Gates and Warren Buffett and they're just wearing like sweatpants and t-shirts. And then they'll show some like shitty rapper you've never heard of, and the guy's like wearing all these like chains, like these Gucci chains or whatever the hell, Gucci belt and chains, and in a Lambo and shit. And it's like cumulative wealth, $18 billion, wardrobe, $40 from Walmart. And then it's like cumulative wealth, $200,000, wardrobe, $250,000. I don't know if you guys have like seen these memes before, but that's kind of what it is. It's like if you really truly have status and wealth, you're not necessarily concerned with like showing it off that much. And so it's like if you're in the field and you actually have status and you actually have confidence and you actually are that dude now, then you shouldn't be concerned with trying to show it, but rather it's like doing whatever your truest nature is for the sake of self-amusement, and then your true status and being that dude is going to like shine through all of that. So that's like some crazy revelations I've had. How long's this video been going on, Alpha Chad? Almost 26 minutes. I guess I've said all I need to say right now, but guys, I think this is one of my like best videos ever. I think you guys should go back and listen to this video again or watch it. I don't know if you necessarily need to watch it. I'm just like laying here on the couch, but I just wanted to do something raw and real and just talk about how I'm feeling in the moment. But yeah, thank you guys for being here. I appreciate it. I'll see y'all in the next vid. Peace.